Everywhere in the news lately, we have been hearing so much about Gen Alpha and all of these teenagers, preteens. Are they even teenagers?
Preteens.
But obsessed with beauty.
I think we have a really good hold of what millennials like within beauty. Gen Z, that's very much the predominant age group that's buying right now. But Gen Alpha is where things get interesting because these kids, they're just shaping their tastes and they're also growing up into that age where soon they are going to be the ones with a lot of purchasing power.
Welcome to Glow Job, the beauty podcast that's more than skin deep. We're the only podcast to make you hotter and smarter.
So let's just break it down really quickly. What is a Gen Alpha? According to the internet, it is anybody born after the year 2010 up until 2024. So the oldest Gen Alpha right now is about 15. But I think one of the reasons why we don't know too much about them is that they're not super online just yet, like Gen Z. Like I think a lot of parents are still a little bit more conservative of like when is the right age to let your child start using social media. And it's when they get social media where they really let like their personality and their preferences kind of shine through.
So even though we're just starting to get to know Gen Alpha, I think they've been so prominent within the news, especially with the Sephora kids trending. And what it is that beauty brands are targeting them now.
So let's get into some of the brands making headlines lately, like really just targeting these teenagers.
The most recent one, I have to say, is Sincerely Yours, which we covered in a recent Chit Chat episode. And it was founded by Celia Matter, who is a preteen/teenage YouTuber, and her father.
You know, I think technically Salish is a Gen Z. She's born like right at that cusp year, but she's still 15 years old. So she's like the youngest Gen Z there could possibly be. But her entire audience is all about like Gen Alpha. But what I do like about her line is that it's super simple, just 4 products, and they all are safe for kids to use.
So in our Chit Chat episode where we broke down the release of Sincerely Yours at Sephora, I think what was so fascinating was how positive the reception was with that mall event that they did.
It was absolutely bananas.
80,000 people. That's a lot of people.
Like looking at the photos of this, like it's hard to actually visualize like what 80,000 people is, but like that can be the equivalent of like singers selling out an arena, right? So it's 80,000 people came to this little mall in New Jersey just to kind of watch Salish kind of talk about her brand as they get into Sephora.
Another recent one that has also been making the news is Yes Day.
So this one, they just had all of the photos from their launch party pop up, and I loved seeing it. But one, the founder here is younger than Salish. She is 13 years old.
13, oh my God.
And her name is Coco Granderson. And I think one of the things that will make her brand stand out a lot is like the team that she's built with working and kind of creating all of the different products, because she's partnering with Ron Robinson. And I mean, he's the guy behind Beauty Stat. He partnered with Hailey Bieber on Rhode. And so they really are making sure that every single like line that they push out is going to be, again, teen safe. But did you see the photos of the launch party?
No.
It literally looked like a bat mitzvah fever dream.
Really? Oh my God.
It was just like so pink, so branded. And I guess like asterisks, the only bat mitzvahs I've ever been to are the ones in LA where they do have
Extra.
this kind of super extra. They have that kind of production level, but just like full of like really happy, elated 13-year-olds just like playing with their favorite thing, makeup. I think bat mitzvahs back in our day, they were all like candy themed.
I feel like they still are because I went to bat mitzvah recently and it was still very like pink and candy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, you know, it was definitely giving that vibe. But they had I guess like some celebrities there, like in the whole like Gen Alpha influencer space, but also like Beyonce's mom was there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What I find differentiating about Coco and her brand Yes Day is that Coco doesn't really have a social media presence in the same way that Salish does, at least. Salish is very public. Her YouTube is quite large. She has over 1 million followers.
She has 10 million followers across all of her platforms.
Insane. But Coco, her Instagram, I believe, is private. She's very much like a quote unquote normal 13-year-old girl.
I think that's better. I think she can probably grow into what she wants to be online. And it is really tricky when you're kind of like having a 13-year-old child be the face of a brand, right?
Yeah.
But it was kind of funny. I was like poking around on their Instagram and like even some of the photos that they have a bunch of like preteens working and packing all the products.
Oh my God, wait. Child labor law? Like
I know, right? Yeah. So, I mean, they're definitely like having fun with it. And the girl, like, she's so cute. And another brand is Ever Eden. I think they're actually based here in the US, but I found them when I was at a Sephora in Vancouver. And what I liked about them is that they kind of brand themselves as almost like a mommy-daughter line. Like, it's a skincare brand. So they definitely have products for older women who, know how to use different active ingredients and know how to take care of their skin. But then they also brand everything like kind of like a kiddie version, but it wasn't so much like, I don't know, like the L'Oreal No Tear shampoo, but like age appropriate for like younger kids.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's like the mother who's already shopping for herself, she trusts the line, and then she wants to give her children something of equal quality. And so of course you're going to buy within the same umbrella.
Yeah, I think they're doing it right.
Another big Gen Alpha brand is Bubble. I think their branding, when you look at it, you're like, oh my God, this is like kiddie, like teen bopper, very colorful, cartoonish vibes. But they did get some flack originally.
When the whole Sephora Kid trend was really getting popular, everyone was pointing their fingers at Bubble saying like, you are taking advantage of children, you're marketing to children, you're using Disney characters to advertise your products. But I did notice something interesting. So I was on their website and doing all the research for this episode. And now on all of the product descriptions, it all says appropriate for 14 years and up. So they're now kind of putting these like age restrictions because previously, they were using some harsher actives, right? They had like peeling masks with, higher percentages of, AHAs and BHAs. And those can be, a lot for a child. But, maybe at asterisks with the 14, I guess more appropriate, right?
Yes. It's probably more, they probably felt pressure to have some sort of disclosure on there so they wouldn't keep getting flack.
Yeah, because like at 14, like that's when your hormones start kicking in. That's when a lot of teens start experiencing acne for the first time. And when they do start needing something that can help, whether that be like a salicylic acid or an AHA or BHA.
Right. You know what this reminds me of is, and of course it's not nearly as severe, but big tobacco. But like hear me out. Because remember when things like when Juuls were very popular and the flavors, you know where I'm going with this.
Yes.
And there's like mango flavored Juul. There's like
fruit punch.
Exactly. But even within cigarettes, like there were very colorful cigarettes. I remember back in the day, they were very like aesthetic ones that would like attract children, presumably, because they look pretty. But same thing with Juuls. It's like the flavor. Oh, actually, really, flavored cigarettes was a big thing that I feel like the government went after. I know in Canada, they're banned flavored cigarettes.
Yeah, I mean, they keep trying to ban vapes, like flavored vapes. And they're like cotton candy gummy bear flavored. Like, I don't know what 30-year-old, 40-year-old adult is buying those, right?
Apparently there are some. But in a similar vein, again, not as extreme, this is what the Bubble disclosure is giving me, that same vibe, where they're like, okay, look, you guys are clearly trying to target children. You don't have to say you're targeting children, but it's clearly obvious in the marketing that you're using. And so now in response to that, they're like, to make us look responsible, we're going to put an asterisk here and say, we told you we're only for 14 plus.
You know what? That's fair. But I think it's the right thing to do because like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of parents, maybe they don't know about skincare or skincare ingredients.
Totally.
But they do need to read what they're going to be buying for their children to be putting on their faces. So at least it can be educational for the parents.
100%. Yeah.
And the next brand we got to talk about, of course, Starface.
Gen Z's favorite. Also Gen Alpha's favorite now.
Yeah, no, but it's Starface and they do all the colorful pimple patches.
Yep.
And another Gen Alpha brand that is crushing it, Touchland.
Yes. Wait. This one I find fascinating because they are on what I consider like the cusp of beauty because it's not really a direct beauty product, but it lives in that ecosystem.
Yeah, I mean, it's hand sanitizer, but you sell it at a Sephora. And it's also like not 100% Gen Alpha. Like I buy Touchland. You convinced me to
Yes, I know. Finally.
Okay, Sasa buys Touchland and convinced me to buy Touchland.
They're so cute.
I'm addicted now. I get it.
And so that's what it is with Gen Alpha. And actually, we're going to get into this later with our Gen Alpha guest later in this episode, but Gen Alpha loves to collect them. And it reminds me of Tamagotchis when we were a kid. Do you remember those?
Yes, 100%. Because you got all the different colors, the different scents, 100%.
Yeah. And also, what was it? The chapstick, the lip smackers.
Yes.
Another one that's also giving me that reminiscence.
Yeah, you got to collect them all.
Yeah.
And I think, I was even seeing like some photos of people matching them with their outfits. They have these like bag charms where you can wear it like a labubu on the outside, right? So, there's a whole like kind of like secondary market related to Touchlands where people can still like, wear them and, have it be a part of their very important identity. That's very important to Gen Alpha.
Yeah. But I think that's indicative of children and teenagers. Like, you are learning to discover yourself at that age, and you want to find things that like you can identify with. And obviously like color and like your outfit, the way you style yourself, like those are so indicative of that early identity that you're creating.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, for all of 4th grade, I only wore purple.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was like a thing. Like it was all limited to, it was all purple. And it would have been a purple Touchland girl for sure.
Yeah. Purple Labubu and purple Touchland. And another brand that is very popular amongst Gen Alpha, but for me, I'm a little bit more in a gray area as to whether or not this is good for Gen Alpha, is Sol de Janeiro.
Interesting. I know the kids are obsessed with their like body sprays and fragrances, but why do you think it's a gray area?
So hear me out here. I love Sol de Janeiro, and I think they do an excellent job in terms of creating like very fun sort of body and fragrance products. However, if I were a parent and my daughter wanted to buy those products, the one product that does give me pause is their Bum Bum Cream. And I'm like, I don't know if my future 12-year-old daughter needs a bum bum cream. Like, does she need that product at this age where she is thinking about how her bum looks? Like, we don't need to have
it's supposed to be like a firming cream. But you know, back in the day when like Victoria's Secret had all of their like body sprays, like Date Night and Love Spell Bombshell, like I wasn't going on dates at 13, like, but I still wanted that body spray.
Exactly. But that was also like when Victoria's Secret was the coolest, sexiest thing. And like, that was what we all aspired for, even if we were only like 12, but that was like what was getting pushed into our heads, you know?
Okay. So I get how like that one, you know, the bum. So is it only the bum bum cream you have a problem with?
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, it's that sexy vibe. And it's like, I don't know if a 12-year-old needs to be like sexy.
Yeah.
Not even needs to be. We should not be having that conversation yet.
They do not need to be.
They do not need to be sexy. Please don't.
Okay. But you know, that's really interesting because there definitely are brands that Gen Alpha is obsessed with, Gen Z and Gen Alpha. I don't know, Gen Z, whatever. They're legal now. Yeah. Gen Alpha is obsessed with that. I think that maybe should not be for them.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The first one that comes to mind is always going to be Drunk Elephant.
Oh my gosh, so problematic.
So problematic. I mean, one, they've been so problematic and people are finally realizing it. Like their packaging is kid friendly and colorful, but their products are really not. And Gen Alpha is so obsessed with it and they're getting so much pushback. And Drunk Elephant's sales have also been down 65%.
Shiseido has not been doing well with them.
No. And I think it's, you know, they have not had an appropriate response as a brand. Like, for example, Bubble came out and put the little asterisks where like, oh, we're 14 and up. But like Drunk Elephant isn't drawing a line in the sand and saying like, oh, even though we have like a baby facial, which is a really intense chemical peel mask, even though we have a baby facial, it's not for babies. Like they're not necessarily like telling their audience and their consumers like who this should be for.
What were you into when you were like 13, preteen age?
Honestly, wow, I haven't really thought about this. But when I was in like 7th, 8th grade, I had no beauty routine. Not at all. I would like shower, brush my teeth, but I was kind of behind. Like I didn't use body lotion until I was like out of college. Like,
what?
I I had like more skincare, but like even things like body lotion, like I wasn't into body lotion. And also like I was kind of like behind on a lot of like the beauty stuff. Cause like, for example, like, I don't know, I don't grow body hair. So like I didn't like have a razor or like, I know a lot of girls were like doing stuff at that age. And I remember I was like so jealous like that.
That they were shaving.
Yeah. But you know, I don't know. I would wear makeup for like dance recitals, musical theater types of things.
Yeah.
But you know, I definitely had like girls that I liked, right? Like a lot of like pop singers. I was like really into JoJo.
Oh my gosh, throwback.
Like JoJo, Hilary Duff.
Yes.
Maybe Hilary Duff was like even a little younger, maybe younger than 13.
Yeah.
Maybe like 10, but I don't know. I had my little icons back then.
Yeah. That's so funny. Okay. So when I was 13, I was kind of like just entering a little bit more of like an emo and punk phase.
Stop.
Yeah. I was very active on my MySpace and my music selection reflected this, but I had a very basic skincare routine. And it was basically what my mother told me to do, which was to wash my face and use this Shiseido cream that I hated. But I used it because my mom was like, you should use this. And I think I was really obsessed with body lotions. That was my thing. And I would spend all of my babysitting money at the Body Shop because they had these like back then to me, I was like these wonderful like scented body lotions and sprays. And I was obsessed with collecting all of them.
That's so fun. So you were a body lotion girl. I was like anti-body lotion.
Interesting. Yeah.
Oh, I remember like the Bath and Body craze was real.
It was
There was
real.
Like, what's that one scent everyone was obsessed with? The sweet pea.
Oh,
Was it sweet pea?
Sweet pea. I
Okay.
had that. Yes. I had the body spritz and the body lotion. I also bought a lot of the body sprays and spritzes from Victoria's Secret and the body lotions there because I didn't use perfume because I'm like 12 or 13. You don't need perfume, but body sprays were so big. So I think like now seeing how big fragrance is amongst Gen Alpha is fascinating because I'm like, okay, everything's cyclical. You know, they're doing the same thing we were doing, just like different brands now.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I guess like yesterday's Bath and Body spray, Victoria's Secret body spray is today's like Sol de Janeiro.
Yes.
And like Fleur sprays and
Exactly.
a million other fragrances. We still got to do our freaking fragrance episode.
I know. I'm excited about that one because there are so many fragrance outposts here in Los Angeles. We have to go to a few more. I know we've done a few, but we're going to do a bigger deep dive.
I think the reason why we haven't done fragrance yet is because like every week we learn more. And then so we just have to want to add that and add that. And add
Exactly.
that. But it's going to be a good one, guys.
Yeah. Also, when I was 13, I started using makeup. It was very little because my mother was like not okay with me using any. But that was when I discovered mascara. And I became obsessed with mascara. And because I was kind of going through the punk emo phase, I discovered like a gel and pencil eyeliner. And then sometimes I would go really ham with that. And my mother hated it. And now looking back on pictures, Mom, I get it why you thought it looked terrible because it did look terrible.
That is so funny. I mean, I didn't start wearing makeup until like a little bit later, but like those early days where you're just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It was rough.
It was rough. We didn't have influencers like back then. We didn't have the little tutorials teaching us what to do. Yeah, it was self-taught and it was rough.
Or it was like reading magazines. I would like religiously read Nylon and like look at like spreads for inspo and be like, okay, how do I figure out that eye look?
Yeah, like how do I make that smoky eye?
I know. Here, let me just rub it over and over again.
Okay, but speaking of influencers, we got to chat like at least a little bit about these like Gen Alpha influencers because they're going to be popping up before we know it. But there's already some that are like kind of famous.
Like Northwest.
Oh my God. I mean, she is working with, I don't know if she's working with Starface, but she's definitely on their PR list. Cause like we were talking about like how all of her little like TikTok videos, all this Starface, like she's a big fan of the brand. And I think after Northwest, like the next natural thing is going to be the rest of like the Kardashian, Jenner kids.
Oh
like
yeah.
Stormy Webster. I can't name all of them, but.
Wait, what is the Webster? I didn't know Webster was part of her name.
So Kylie Jenner's, like the father of her children is Travis Scott. But his like government last name is Webster.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's not, and his name's not Travis.
What is it?
Why do you got to put me on the spot like this?
It's okay. I don't really listen to him, so it's fine.
And I don't remember what his first. I think it's. I don't want to say something and just be like super, super off.
Yeah. But okay, I had no idea.
The last name is Webster.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's where Stormy Webster comes from.
Cute.
It's not like Stormy Scott or like Stormy Jenner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more you know.
So we'll see. But I feel like every single one of those children is going to be like a massive influencer in their own right. Oh, Penelope.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. She's my favorite one.
Really?
I don't know. She's kind of like already chic.
Okay. I don't follow her enough, so maybe I should take a look.
Yeah, she's like sassy. Like she definitely has like a personal sense of style. I don't know. I'm kind of into it.
Another big Gen Alpha influencer group, I guess we'll call them, is the Garza crew. And this one, I'm sorry, but it kind of gives me the ick a little bit.
Oh my God. When we found them online, like we discovered them researching this episode because we were Googling Gen Alpha influencers. And it's kind of like a mommy run blog ecosystem of like all of these different social media channels, but these girls are young.
So it's a mom and her two daughters, these sisters. And oh my gosh, I'm not sure exactly how old they are, but they cannot be older than 8 or 9.
No, these girls are like really, really young, like
Yeah.
super young Gen Alpha. And I don't know, that mom is like putting these girls to work because they have like millions of followers on like YouTube, all across social media. And they do create like a lot of like fun content. But I don't know, like these two girls have a podcast.
I saw that.
What are they talking?
The reason why it gives me a little bit of the ick is like when you think about child labor laws and how young these girls are, sure, I'm sure they're having lots of fun creating this content. They're doing it with their sister and their mom. But the amount of content that they're producing makes me question, like, how much of this is coming from their own volition versus like mommy being like, honey, you got to do this today.
Oh, for sure. I mean, there have been so many news stories lately about like the parents of all of these like child influencers just totally taking advantage of these children. Because one of the things is like in the media, like in Hollywood, like with like professional child actors, there are laws on how many hours they can work. But guess what? Those laws don't exist when it's you and your mom at home.
Exactly.
Right. And I don't know. I forget the name of like this one mother, but like it was just proven that she was just terrible to her children behind the camera.
So crazy.
Yeah. And I've seen them. It's like, like, oh, like they filmed their kid crying because their pet died. And like, do you want that on the internet, like for millions of views? Like, I don't know, like the kids lack agency to control that. But this is like a whole, like,
it's a
thing
whole
we could
thing.
go off on.
Yeah. It can be very exploitative. And yeah, that's why it gives me a little bit of ick, because it's borderline. You don't know what it's crossing,
Yeah. And I think like the difference between like them and like a Northwest is like, I feel like we get like blessed with a Northwest TikTok like once every couple of months.
Right. Yeah. If she's in the mood.
If she's in the mood.
Yeah.
So it definitely doesn't seem like, Kim is exploiting her. Like it literally seems like it's like just for fun. But these girls, it's like literally like lights, cameras, like production level is very high. And they're cranking out like crazy amounts of content.
We've even interviewed our very own Gen Alpha insider to get the real scoop on what that generation is thinking about within beauty.
And just to get to know, like, what are they into? Who do they listen to? What's in their makeup bag?
So enjoy our chat with our 13-year-old Gen Alpha insider, Celia.
We went shopping. I went to Brandy Melville.
I love Brandy Melville.
I love it. I actually got this. This is brand new. And then I'm wearing a tank top under, which is also new. So
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
So where else do you like to shop for clothes?
Oh God, that's hard. I love Lululemon. I love Aloe. I wear a lot of Brandy Melville.
All the same favorites as me.
I know, right? I'm like, I shop at a lot of those places. What do you think is like probably like the most popular clothing brand that your friends are shopping at?
Honestly, like I think Brandy Melville, because like it's good all year round. Like the sweats are so comfortable. And then like the summer shirts and like stuff like that, everyone loves.
And do you go to a school where you have to wear a uniform?
So I've been going to the same school since I was like 2, and we've never had a uniform. We've had a dress code, obviously, but actually next year they have a uniform coming in for like the first time.
No way. How do you feel about that?
Okay, so when I first heard of it, I was like kind of like skeptical because I didn't really want it, and I still kind of don't, but it's not like that bad. It's like you can wear navy or gray bottoms, and then like you have like shirts with like my school's name on it and like sweaters and stuff. So it's honestly not that bad.
You have a good attitude about it. I feel like if I were your age, I would have thrown a fit. But now that looking back, like what Julia was saying is the older you get, you realize how much time you spend or waste figuring out an outfit. So it'll save you a lot of time. I went to a uniform school almost my entire life. And when I was in school, I didn't like it. But as I got older, I realized how convenient it was because getting ready in the morning is so easy. Okay, and what grade are you in?
I'm in 7th grade.
We want to get to know you better. Okay. When you wake up in the morning, what is the first thing that you do?
Well, use the restroom.
Okay, well after that.
Okay, I usually get up, use the restroom, put on my clothes and get ready for the day. Then I wash my face, I brush my teeth, I put on my moisturizer and brush my eyebrows, and I put on mascara.
What moisturizer do you use in the morning?
Okay, well, it's from my facialist. It's not really something like people buy. It's more like if you go to her for facials, you get it there.
Oh, so does she make you like a custom blend then?
Not really. She has a set of products, like different products. And I just found the one that was best for my skin because I have like oily to normal skin. So it's like a moisturizer for more oily skin types.
Wait, that's so cool. Okay, how often do you see your facialist?
It really depends on if I'm having like a breakout or not. Like I recently had one. You can kind of see the scars on my chin and nose, but I just recently went. In general, probably like once every month or 2 months.
Wow. Okay. And then so you get a lot of facials. Do you think that's something that your friends do?
I know a few of my friends who do something similar, but not a lot of them. And I think it's because like my mom is very like all about clean skin and like really good clean products. So she's been going to this facialist for years, and she just I started recently when I started to actually get like pimples and blemishes on my face. Yeah.
Also, I feel like it's kind of smart to start early because I feel like you probably have been trained to have a really good skincare routine.
Like before, when I would go to like Sephora with my friends, like I'd buy a lot of stuff that wasn't really necessary for my age, and it just made me break out more.
What did you use that was breaking you out?
I used some stuff from like Glow Recipe because I just loved the packaging and the scent, and I was like, oh, I'm young, it doesn't matter. But like, it just wasn't really for me. I'm not sure what was really in it. It was just like making my skin feel really irritated.
You know, I've heard of that with Glow Recipe, and a lot of times it's like the fragrance that can be something that can, cause some irritation. But tell us, so what have you learned about skincare from your esthetician? Are you like a pro now?
Well, I wouldn't call me a pro. I have a very not that big of a skincare routine. I just think that for like at least people my age, less is more. So I think I just like keep a small skincare routine that I like, and products I know I can trust, like regardless of the packaging or like the scent or how cool or trendy it is.
That is so cool. I feel like when I was your age, that would have been my dream. How fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's something fun you can do with your mom too.
Yeah.
Are there any girls in your grade that wear like a ton of makeup?
Not really. I mean, out of nowhere, we kind of all just started wearing mascara. None of us really wear more than that.
So that started like what, like 6th grade, or it started like 7th grade?
I started 7th grade, but a few of my friends started 6th grade.
Wow. Okay. I don't know if you know this company, but when Sasa and I were growing up, there was this brand called Hot Topic. Does that sound familiar?
I know. I've seen like actually videos of it, like talking about what it was. Is it like a clothing store?
It's like a clothing store, but it's kind of like punk.
Yeah, it was like the emo, like
very emo. Yes,
I like know of it.
So when I was growing up, there was definitely like a few girls who got like really, really into that, and they would wear like the crazy like eyeliner all the way around, like very Avril Lavigne's Skater Boy.
Oh yeah,
like My Chemical Romance kind of vibe. But I mean, I guess it's probably nice that at least all of your friends are like on the same level.
What would you say is the app that you guys use the most?
Okay, well, I don't have any social media unless you count like YouTube. For everyone else in my grade, I would say Snapchat, but I don't have that. My parents didn't want me to have social media, but for like, I think text is also probably the most used app, but for like other people, I think it's Snapchat and TikTok, but I don't have that.
What does beauty mean to you?
Inner beauty or like outside beauty? Or
both.
Like both. Well, inner beauty, just like your attitude being like good and supportive and like optimistic. Like outside beauty, I don't really know what to say because I feel like everyone like has traits and things about them that make them beautiful. And beauty like products, like just like beauty stores and stuff is like just things you put on almost to make you feel good.
What is a brand that you and your friends are super into right now?
A lot of people love Rare Beauty, and I have their highlighter. I've actually never had their blush before. I've been wanting to get it for quite a long time now, but I love their highlighter and like I love their products, and their mascara is really great too.
Do you like it because of Selena Gomez?
Well,
do you like it because of the packaging?
I love the packaging, the little like heart applicator.
Are you a Selena fan, a Hailey fan, or both?
I was never really in that drama. I mean, I've never tried Rhode before, but I've heard it's really great, and I heard it's coming to Sephora, so I'm definitely going to try it. I just love Selena Gomez. Like, I grew up watching her on the, like, Wizards show.
Wizards
like,
of Waverly?
Yeah, like, on Disney Channel, and, like, I just love her. So, like, I'm a Selena fan, but also Hailey Bieber's, like, a beautiful and like I think they're really happy, so I don't really know the full story.
Yeah, there's so much drama around it. Like the fact that like women our age talk about this, it just like blows my mind. But I like Selena too. She's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love Selena.
Okay, so you mentioned Rare. Any other brands that you guys like? You can also do skincare, hair.
Okay, so for hair, me and some of my friends, we all have like like curly hair, a good amount of my friends. So I love Not Your Mother's like Curl Talk. It's on Amazon, it's like Target, like it's just like a not too expensive, but like really like doesn't make your hair too crunchy and it smells really good. Like I love that.
So when you say not too expensive, like what do you like think is too much to spend on like a product?
Okay, well, there was an incident where I went to Sephora with my friends. My parents gave me a good amount of money, so I went to Century City so I could like buy food and treat myself. They were like, when I first got my phone and I got Apple Cash, this was when like I first got my phone, and we were all going to Sephora like every single time we could. And I remember I like went to Sephora and I'm like, wow, I can buy so much stuff. And I like had so much in my little basket. I was like, I'm so excited. I go to the cash register and it's like, I forgot, I think it was like $240. And I had like, I don't know, maybe $150. And I was like, oh shoot, okay, I'll take some out so I have exactly $150. So I spent all of my money on the stuff at Sephora, which only came out to be like 2-3 products. And I was just like, you know what? Who cares? I'm gonna love this. I remember I got a Sol de Janeiro perfume, like the biggest one, which is like, I think $40. And I was like so excited because that's what all my friends were using. And I was like, this is gonna be so cool. And then it came to the time where we were gonna go get like food. And I was like, I don't have any money.
No.
And I was like, oh my God, it's fine. I'll just ask my parents. And my parents were like, Celia, we gave you this amount so you could have this for like next couple weekends to come and spend. And I was like, I'm sorry.
You spent it all in 20 minutes.
And then I came home and I was like, this is what I got to like my mom. And my mom was like, Celia, I'm like, I hate this perfume scent. I'm like, but Mom, this is what everybody has. And I'm like, it just makes me feel sick. So I had to go back and return it. And I was like,
oh no.
But I never did anything like that again. I remember when you, for my bat mitzvah gift, you got me so many products and I was like so excited and I was like, oh my God. And I remember you got me like 3 different Summer Fridays. Yes. When I actually have the mint one. And I'm very hefty when I use my products. I'm like a product user and I like finished 2 of those Summer Fridays in like a month.
Whoa.
And I was like,
wait, that's impressive actually.
I know. It's like not in a good way.
I mean, so how often do you have to reapply?
I don't know. I would just use way too much and it would be like drooping down. And I also used to use it before bed because I was like, it makes my lips feel good, where I could have just been using like Aquaphor or something.
Why don't we do a little bit of a show and tell? I know you brought some products, right?
Okay, why don't you bring them here?
So I'm a huge like glossy lips kind of person. I love Anastasia Beverly Hills. My mom introduced me to this. She loves like all their lip glosses. The Jisoo lip oil, I'm like obsessed with the packaging.
So how important is packaging to you? Like if a brand, what if they have like the best product in the world, but it's in like not the cutest packaging?
That I had like a huge Glow Recipe phase, because their packaging is like gorgeous and so is the scents. But for my skin, it just made my skin kind of itchy and like irritated, and it just didn't make my skin look or feel good. But I was like, but it's so cute. And like, I'd be like filming my own little get ready with me's for my friends, like pretending to be an influencer. Like, this just isn't working for me. So I started using my facialist products that aren't really like cute looking, but they work. So for me, that's more important, which I've learned over time. But when it's like both, when it's like a cute, I think like preppy is what most people say now. Preppy packaging is like really like important.
Wait, so what does preppy packaging mean?
Something like unique for that own brand, like for Rare Beauty, the little like ball on top. Like you see
is that preppy?
That's like Rare Beauty, like not just like a bottle. Like something more like this, like the little like curvature it has, like that's preppy.
Wait, Celia, this is so funny because, okay, we're millennials, obviously. You're like Gen Alpha.
Yeah.
So our definition of preppy,
I know.
you know it's different, right?
It's so different.
So our definition of preppy, it dates to like prep school, like preparatory
Yes.
school, American style boarding schools. Think kind of like East Coast, old school, like Ralph Lauren, like Abercrombie Fitch almost, with like a lot of polos.
That's definitely still a way to say preppy, but now there's like several definitions of preppy. It can be like a compliment, like you look preppy today, as in you look pretty. It can be like for packaging where it's like cute in colors or like the way it looks, or it can be like outfits where it's like that outfit is preppy, like a lot of bright colors, smiley faces, like stuff like
Smiley
that.
faces. Okay.
Smiley faces are preppy. Wow, I'm
Is
learning
this
so much.
preppy?
I know. Like that shirt is preppy.
Okay.
So, but like, it's weird because it's so many definitions now. And I
Okay.
like know that, like, for example, in like Clueless, like I know like she was preppy with like that iconic yellow outfit. Like
Yes.
that was like kind of the start of the word preppy, right?
Cher in Clueless is 100% the definition of preppy with like the little like, you know, tweed outfits, like
Yes.
really like put together.
Well, but all of her outfits are really just based on like uniforms, like school uniforms, like the
That's
white
right.
knee-high socks. Like
Yeah.
that to me was prep.
That was like, that I now know is like preppy, but that is not at all what this new invention of preppy is.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
blowing my mind right now.
Are there other phrases that we should know about other than preppy?
There's so much like brain rot. I don't know if you know what that is.
Oh, we know.
We know.
That's like going around that like people will say something to me like, and I'll be like, what does that even mean? I don't even want to say it because it makes me cringe. Is skibbity?
Skibbity.
What does that mean?
I don't even know. Like honestly, I don't think anyone really knows what it means. Like you'll just say it to someone.
So is it kind of just like an yeah, like a filler word, or
I don't.
Is it a good
It's
thing
like-
or a bad thing?
It can be both.
Okay.
It's like these words now, some of them, like obviously not all words that we say are like this, but some like words that originate from like some streamer on like TikTok, YouTube, they just make no sense, but people will say it like, you're so skibbity. I think it means kind of like weird,
Ah.
but I don't even know. So don't like trust me on that.
okay? So it's kind of a diss.
Started with something called Skibbity Toilet.
What does that mean?
It was like in Roblox. It's bad.
Oh, Roblox,
And it
okay.
was like this guy's face like inside of a toilet. Like I don't even know. It like pains me to talk about it.
Interesting. Okay.
So
Any other ones that we need to know about?
So now what's going around is like Huzz and Chuzz.
Okay, you got to break it down. I don't know what that
Yeah,
means.
it's confusing. Okay, so it's like people would be like, rate me from Huzz to Chuzz. Chuzz? Stop. I know, I didn't come up with this stuff.
This
I
is
don't
so
even
informative.
know.
No, I love it.
Chuzz is like, usually girls say it about guys. Chuzz is like, you're so ugly. You're not.
So you want to be Huzz?
Huzz is like husband.
Like,
Like Huzz is kind of like husband material.
Mm.
Like I want him to be my Huzz. I want him to be my husband. He's my Huzz. He's my husband. But it's like new and improved where it's like he's such a Huzz. Like, oh my God, he's so hot. Or he's so cute. Or she's
I like
so...
that.
So it's like, and then Chuzz is like, you're chopped. Which is like, which is another one where it's like, you're not it. Like you don't.
That is so, it's like harsh sounding, but it's like, it's not even a curse word, but it's
No.
just like, you're chopped.
It's effective. I know exactly what
Like
that
it's
means.
like an adjective now. Like, oh, hi, I'm Celia. I'm chopped. Like, I don't know.
You're not chopped.
You're not
Thank
chopped.
you.
Yeah,
Can
you're
you
Huzz.
call a girl Huzz? Like she's Huzz, or is it just
Like-
guys?
People say it like she's my Huzz, but it's more for guys.
Are there any emojis that are like lame now?
I hate this, but the one with the hearts as eyes.
Oh, that's lame.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's okay.
Your generation tells us what's cool and what's not. It's fine.
I love it. I think it's so cute.
What is something that you feel like Gen Alpha is like so over?
Skinny jeans.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Super fair. And then what is something that you think Gen Alpha is super obsessed with?
brain rot, triangle bathing suits.
They're back.
Yeah, early
They
2000s.
were around when we were in high school,
It's
and they're
insane.
back.
Like I'll be seeing like little kids. Like I'll like see like second graders with like a triangle bathing suit and like jean shorts, and I'm like, I wore an Elsa like piece with like a built-in skirt to it. What are you doing?
Who is your favorite celebrity or influencer?
I'm gonna do both.
Yeah.
Okay. My favorite celebrity, Taylor Swift. My favorite influencer, like it's this girl I watch on like YouTube. Her name's Kenzie Yoles.
I don't know her.
I don't know her.
She's like 16.
Okay, we'll look her up.
But I love her. Like she's fun and like funny and like yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Who is cooler, mom or dad?
My dad. No, because like I talk to my mom about everything, but she says no more than my dad to me. And I think that might be because I'm the only girl in my family. So for my mom, it's like she knows what it's like to be a girl, so she's trying to protect me. For my dad, it's like, oh, like she's stuck with these two boys. Let her do what she wants.
That's so funny. Thanks, Celia. We had so much fun with you.
Yes, you're so sweet. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. That
Oh my
was
God.
amazing.
Anytime. You are our go-to Gen Alpha like source.
I'm glad to be of service.
Glow Job thanks you.
Thank you.